Why people become arrogant? What do you think? What causes arrogance? Why do you think people become arrogant? No one knows? 4 reasons. Make a person, the Imam Ghazali rahimahullah said, make a person arrogant. First, al-ajab. It's the Arabic word. Ajab means to look to yourself and say, wow, I have so much knowledge. Wow, I have so much money. Wow, I have so much muscles. You start with that first. Then you build on that. Then you say, whoever does not fit me or fit like me, they're bad. Or make a fun of someone who physically look different than me. Therefore, I feel this arrogant. Okay? Or a person have money, they start belittling anyone who doesn't have the same money. They're not socialized with people who don't have money like them. Or a person, you think that has this degree, have PhD or this and that, he will not talk or have discussion. If there's a table of PhD people sitting, he will sit, or she sits. If there's people who have, humble education, he will not sit with them because he's intellectually cannot relate. You heard that things? Intellectually cannot relate to people. What is this nonsense? Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he used to relate to the children, to the elderly, to the dignitaries of Mecca and others. He related to everyone at their level. He engaged in dialogue with people of the book. He never said, I will not talk to this person. They say the little girl will come and hold Rasulullah hand and pull by his hand like this, and he will walk with her until she show him something. I want to show you something. He will not say, I'm Prophet of Allah, who this girl is. He is always humble. Therefore, it is that the person should not think too much of themselves. The other thing is that hatred make a person arrogant. How is that? When a person hates somebody, they will not take any advice from them, then they become mutakabbireen on that person. For example, you dislike somebody because of you saw him on the train and he did not give you a proper salam or anything. You got sick, you go to the hospital. The minute that you sit on that place to be checked, you find that the person is a doctor. No, you cannot touch me. Why? I don't want him to examine me. I don't like that. Then he said, what's wrong with you? I'm fine. A person become arrogant because they think that, okay, I hate them, I'm not going to listen to them, I have to show them I'm not in need of them. Or sometimes we hate someone, we don't listen to their advice. Do you know that so many people do not listen or adhere to the message even of Islam because simply they have hatred in their heart? Although they know it's the truth, but they don't like to listen to Muslim. Because for some reason, there's a hatred there. And the hatred become wall between you and the other people. When you hate the people because of their color, you will not be able to listen to them. And that's why there's a joke. A black man said, that don't hate me over my color, get to know me and you have enough reason to hate me. Don't judge me by my color, okay? Don't look at me and say, this is the person, I'm not going to talk to them. If they give me advice, how the black man going to get to know things? This is arrogance. And many people do not accept even teaching of Islam from someone who they look to them racially down. The imam has to be from these categories. Therefore, sometimes you go with a group of Arabs, if the imam has Hafiz al-Quran, but he's from India, the Arab want to lead the salah. Why is that? Why is that? Therefore, arrogance in people's heart. Therefore, it is the hating people because of who they are. That is not acceptable. Hasad, envious. I'm envious somebody who really, and you see that all the time, by the way. Someone has knowledge, has experience, has skills, and a person become envious. Said, how comes he has that or she has that? Then as you say to them, why don't you consult so-and-so in this matter? No, he doesn't know anything. Yeah, he has really years of experience in this man. No, he doesn't know anything. He's envious. He knows the person has other knowledge, but they're arrogant. That's why they don't seek that from them. And they become happy if that person loses their license or that something happened to them. They become very happy. They say, I told you, something's wrong with them. I've been smelling it. This is envious. And that's why a person become arrogant, because of envious. Or show off, riyah. There's the fourth reason, showing off. Person become arrogant because he want to show off. And I give you an example of that. It happened between husband and wife, and brothers and sisters, and some to a colleague. You sit in the meeting, in a company. Your boss sitting, you're sitting next to him, or to her, and then you say something. And he or she, they think that they should have said this, not you. They have to look good all the time. Therefore, they might argue with you, against you, not because it is what you said is wrong, but because it makes them look bad. They're showing off. And a person sometimes become arrogant because he wants to look good in the eyes of people. I have to always maintain a best picture. I cannot afford to maintain less picture. Therefore, I have to always say who I am. Remember who I am. And that's why sometimes some people have PhDs, for example, or somebody is a doctor, and you call them by their name. You said, Mohamed or Hassan. They take it one day, second day, the third day, say, listen, you know that I'm a doctor? Yes, I know you're a doctor. Why don't you call me doctor? I like it. Yahi, we are not in a hospital. We are in a masjid. Therefore, I'll call you brother so-and-so. Why I have to call you doctor? Why I have to call you this? Why? And I have seen that. And I remember one time I was doing Umrah, and I did not realize that the person I'm calling is not is a doctor. I've been calling brother so-and-so. And then the person said to me, listen, do I know you? I said, brother, we just got to know now in Hajj. He said, we call him by first name. Do you know I'm a doctor? I said, brother, it doesn't make any difference now. I really liked you then, and maybe now this is going to affect me too. It does not. But you see, in Islam also, you should give people the proper level. Doesn't that means, somebody a doctor, don't call them a doctor. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying the person who insists on it is the arrogant person. You get my point? It comes from you is fine. But if I said, if you don't call me sheikh, if you don't call me imam, if you don't call me a doctor, I will not accept it. That arrogance. Therefore, you have to differentiate between the two things. Because some people, if you don't put the title before the names, they get offended. But we come to this dunya with no title. Is that true? What our title when we came? Baby. The baby just come in. They asked me when I had my third daughter, and my wife and I were debating the name, until she was born. They said, what's the name? I said, let us think about it. Call her the baby for the time being. It is important that to have that in mind. What will happen when we die? Have you seen anyone say, the doctor in the casket? The doctor is going to be buried now. Have you heard that? We're going to bury the doctor now. We washing the doctor. No, they say the janaza. They say the body. The body have came. The body have been received. The body have been buried. No titles. But because of our arrogance in this dunya, we insist in calling ourselves big things. Okay? Therefore, we have to be careful. When you insist on it, it's a sign of arrogance. Okay. And sometimes a person will show off, will argue with somebody. It's called mira. To argue, don't accept the truth. Somebody tell you this is black book, you say no, it's red. It's black, it's red, because you don't like to accept them. Then, because in front of people, you don't like to look like you have lost the argument. When you and with that person alone, he said, you're right. It is black. Why I was arguing with you? Then can you go outside and tell people that you believe it's black? No, brother, I don't have to do that. You have seen that? I don't have to do that. between you and I was wrong. But in front of everyone said I'm right. A part of being humble is that when you're in that gathering, you humble yourself. Like Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu. He made a statement while he giving a speech. A lady stood in the back of the masjid, said, Ya Umar, that is wrong. He didn't say, sit down, I'm the leader of the believers, and your Secret Service or the intelligence service, please take her to the room, question her, interrupting the leader during the speech. He said, a lady is correct, this lady is correct, I'm wrong. Umar is wrong. In front of everybody. He did not say privately, you know, you're correct, but you should not have corrected me in front of the people. I would have liked it if you wrote me a letter or an email. Send me an email. Between you and I. That's arrogance. Okay? Therefore, people have to humble themselves. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Alhamdulillah. Therefore, it is important to have us to think in that terms.